First thing is you're real muscular. You got big wide shoulders, you got big thick legs, so you definitely need a stance width that's probably 4 to 6 or at the most 8 inches wider than your normal football stance. You just need the extra operating room between the legs.
And if I don't have that, I bang my elbows really bad.
So that'll tell you when you're not doing it. Yeah, that'll tell you exactly. Now in your case, we think you might be slightly too wide, and I'll explain why in just a minute. You get too wide, a lot of problems can result. Number one, it's going to be hard to sit in the stance, so you're going to get a higher center of gravity, not a winning formula. Number two, when you do force yourself down, you're going to create a lot of tension in the hip flexors. It'll tighten you up, slow down the entire motion, weaken your snaps. All right. Third thing is, the wider you get, it's hard to balance. It's also hard to channel your leg drive back into the hip so we can capture that lower body motion energy and have it contribute to accelerating the ball to target. Finally, you're not going to have much mobility after the snap, and there's a good likelihood you could end up with locked knees. Quickest path to a short career in the game of football. Okay, so we don't want that. Game of football is about balance, leverage, power, and mobility. So we want to get those feet up and under you so you have all those things and you can bring them to bear. So essentially what we need to do, we found that bringing your feet in a little bit helped, and then we're going to rotate the heels inward. That gets the toes pointed outward a little bit, gives us a real stable base that allows us to drive with the legs into the hips. It also points the knees slightly outward, giving us more space between the legs without getting the feet too wide. Then we had you sit down and squeeze the knees out over the toes, maximizing the space between the legs without necessarily getting your feet too wide. Let's get you set up. Let's see what it looks like and document it so we know you're looking good. Face the camera for me. Like you're snapping back that way, okay? I think we found a comfortable spot where you no longer have pressure on the hip flexors and the load bearing is right here on the quads, correct? It should be there for maximum comfort and maximum potential explosion or explosive motion. Feel good? Looks good. As long as the knees are a little wider than the shoulders, I think we're doing okay. Go ahead and stand up, step across the ball again over there, back over there. The other things that we saw coming in, a little underextended with the arms and a little flat-footed. So you're just kind of compact. You're kind of just sitting here, kind of neutral. Flat-footed doesn't win any football games either. You got to be on the balls of the feet. If you're flat-footed, your leg drive is going to tend to be straight up, which is too vertical to capture it and have it contribute to the snap, okay? So we need to get you more on the balls of your feet. Little stiff-armed, maybe. Not fully convinced it all the time, but you're underextended, but you might be a little tense yet. And the biggest thing, the biggest problem I see is really that you're popping your head up. Right. Okay? Yeah, when you pop up, you're sending your energy in the wrong direction. It's half your energy at least. You're also cutting short your follow-through. You're going to have a lot less control of the football as you come down and through. Now, we put the squishy ball under your chin. It doesn't seem to be working for you so much. So we're going to try a couple other things to help you remember to do that. Let's go ahead and bring you over the ball. First thing I'm going to do is three-step you, okay? Colin, could you throw me the squishy ball, or Evan, could you throw that over here? Hang on one second, okay? Thank you, sir. Okay, here we go. You ready? First thing I'm going to do is pull you forward. That's going to get knee bend to 90 degrees or less, straighten the back, and fully extend the arms. Then I'm going to raise you up, maximizing operating room under your torso. Then I'm going to push you back into the hips towards your target so the heels touch the ground, knees are over the toes. You're solid on your feet. You feel comfortable? Yeah. You're not overextended, but we were talking about, we thought you could put that ball about 1 inch further out. As long as it doesn't pull your weight forward, you're going to be fine. Give it a throw. Yeah, except you're popping up. You feel it? Okay. Let's try one with the squishy ball under the chin. What that's going to do is keep your head down and allow all that energy to go back down and through towards your target. Swing drills over there are going to help you a ton here in a minute, okay? That's going to be very important to getting that gut crunch going. Put that under your chin. Hold that ball there throughout the snap, okay? Ready? Okay, so you were a little underextended, a little flat-footed. So what I did is I pulled the ball further out in front of you. That got the knees over the toes for better balance. It also extended your arms better. Lift it up to make sure you're balanced. Lift the ball off the ground. Set it down. That's where I think you ought to be. Give it a good hard throw. Keep your head down. Okay? A little different, isn't it? Now, two other things we can do to try to help you out with that. Yeah, it's fine either way. Go ahead and set up. And I'm just going to give you a shove of the shoulders down and through as you snap. I want you to feel how that gut crunch down into the hips can help you a ton, okay? You ready? Feel the difference? Where'd the ball go? Straight to target, because all the energy went where? Back into the arrow point and straight to target. We've talked about arrow point a lot.
John, throw me a GST.
Okay. Now the other thing we can do, let me have one ball too, John. Thank you. Is I'm just going to hold the ball over your head. If you pop up, you'll bonk your head against it as a reminder, okay? So just to remind you. You are so much better there, Andrew. That's the best one you've thrown all day. If you can do that, you're going to be 10 times the snapper you'd be otherwise. Are you comfortable with it? Okay. Just to check. Sometimes, yeah, the stiff arm stuff we kind of fixed. And really, the popping up early is probably the biggest bugger that we've got right now. So let's set you up one more time. Let's do one more ball, see if you have any questions. That right there was huge progress, okay? So what did we do? We pulled the ball a little further, brought you a little further, and did we hunker you down just a touch? I think we did that to relieve the stiff arm, right? We lowered your head to tail platform just ever so much. Keep that head down. That's coming along. I want you to work on that all afternoon and then stay after, since you're one day only. We'll get a little more work. Any questions? You comfortable with it? Let's get all of you all back there with the rest of the group. Good job. There it is. Coming together.